All of these decisions in these different cities were taken less than 24 hours after the Union Cabinet Secretary met with Chief Secretaries via video conference. Chaos and confusion palpable as the decision-making came all too late as India entered the fourth phase of the lockdown. The centre's guidelines perhaps gave the states very few hours to frame new lockdown rules. And not surprisingly, in several places, people, shopkeepers found themselves in a fix. It's our top story.
Day 1 of Lockdown 4.0. Metros woke up without any idea of what the new deal would be. The centre released a fresh set of guidelines late Sunday evening, leaving states with just a few hours to frame new lockdown rules. This meant no state was ready with a plan on Monday morning. If there was an abundance of caution and fear of infection among people at large, on the roads there was utter chaos and confusion. Delhi-Noida border saw traffic snarls with long queue of vehicles. But with restrictions on intra-state movement, most were forced to go back.
20 मिनट से फंसे, दिक्कत तो होनी है, दिक्कत तो सबको ही हो रही है।
1-1.5 घंटे से जाम में फंसा हुआ हूँ। आगे क्या प्रॉब्लम है ये तो मुझे पता नहीं है, आगे से जाम लग रहा है।
In Delhi's Kashmiri Gate, shopkeepers were gearing up to open their shutters in expectation of a go-ahead from the state government.
यही सोच के बैठे हैं कि शायद ऑड इवन स्ट्रक्चर पे हम लोगों को अपनी मार्केट खोलने का डिसीजन मिलेगा, उसी कारण हम ये सैनिटाइजेशन करवा रहे हैं।
The Delhi Chief Minister came up with a new framework in the evening.
सभी मार्केट्स खुल जाएंगे, लेकिन जो मार्केट्स और मार्केट कॉम्प्लेक्सेस हैं वहां पे दुकानें ऑड इवन के हिसाब से काम करेंगी। आधी दुकानें एक दिन खुलेंगी, आधी दुकानें दूसरे दिन खुलेंगी।
With over 33,000 cases, Maharashtra remains cautious, and Mumbai, the maximum city, continues to have maximum restrictions. The Tamil Nadu government divided the state into two. 12 districts, including Chennai, will see no new relaxations. 25 other districts will see new economic activities. Auto drivers and barbers took to the streets, demanding that they be allowed to resume services.
55 நாட்களாக அவர்கள் ஆட்டோ ஓட்ட முடியாத நிலையில் அவர்களுக்கு எந்தவித வருமானமும் ஆட்டோவுக்கு வாடகை கட்ட முடியாத அவல நிலையிலும் இருக்கிறார்கள். எனவே இன்றைக்கு மாவட்ட ஆட்சித்தலைவர் அவர்களிடம் 55 நாட்களாக ஆட்டோ ஓட்ட முடியாத நிலையில் இருக்கக்கூடிய 10,000 ஆட்டோ தொழிலாளர்களுக்கு மாதம் 5,000 ரூபாய் என்ற அடிப்படையில் 3 மாதத்துக்கு 15,000 நிவாரணம் வழங்கப்பட வேண்டும்.
While the curbs are being eased as India enters Lockdown 4.0, it seems more needs to be done to spread awareness about new guidelines among the masses. Bureau Report, India Today.
So what lies ahead of India's major metros in the next fortnight? I'm joined by C. Ashwath Narayan, Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka, by Raghav Chadha, Aam Aadmi Party's MLA in Delhi, Rajesh Tope is Maharashtra's Health Minister, and Kakoli Ghosh Dastidar is Trinamool Congress MP from Kolkata. I want to go to you, Mr. Tope, first, because there is uncertainty in Mumbai. Only a short while ago, Uddhav Thackeray has addressed the state, said the lockdown will continue, but people in Mumbai still don't know. What will lockdown 4.0 be? How will it be different to the previous lockdown? What are you allowing, sir, in Mumbai, and what are you not allowing? Can you tell us today, right on the top of the program, what is Mumbai going to do in the next fortnight? How is it different?
Rajdeep, actually, as Honorable Chief Minister has addressed the state, and in the morning I have talked with him. So basically, he's very conservative about release of lockdown at all. So whatever lockdown 4 has been declared, now it will be continued. At least in Mumbai, there will be no change at all for another week. And then we will be deciding really what exactly can be opened But
So
at
no,
least
no
in-
change.
for
So
a
no
week,
change.
at
Are you
least
saying,
for
Mr.
a
Minister?
week, no change.
No change from
No change,
why?
no
Why is
change.
that? Is that because of the rising number of cases in Mumbai? Is that the situation in Mumbai is not under your control? So therefore, you cannot open up local trains. You can't open up the BST buses. So Mumbai is being very cautious. Am I correct?
Absolutely, we are very cautious, and also one thing is very clear. We want that even Honorable CM has demanded that let the this lifeline of Mumbai
workers and officers to
those who want to come to the government offices. For that should be allowed, not for the general public. But still, that is not being considered by the government of India. I think we are pursuing, but even if the locals starts, then also it will be exclusively for the essential workers, nothing, and government officers, no one else.
Very, very interesting. Mumbai adopting a very cautious, conservative approach. Now, Raghav Chadda, on the other hand, in Delhi, which is, along with Mumbai, the second worst hit city in the country by corona, you seem to have made a conscious effort to try and open up this time. What is Delhi's philosophy? When you are saying today markets will open up odd and even, you are also allowing buses with about 20 to 30% people allowed in buses. Is Delhi the philosophy that let's try and cautiously open up, unlike Mumbai, which is being very conservative?
Well, Mr. Sadasai, the mantra is that we need to protect lives and we need to protect livelihoods. Lockdown was never envisaged to be a permanent or an indefinite in its nature. A prolonged lockdown was never conceived to be a strategy to deal with this pandemic. The simple reason why a countrywide lockdown was imposed was to give some legroom to each and every state government to build infrastructure. I can certainly speak for my state government. We have ramped up our health infrastructure. Yes. We have built the requisite public health capacities. We've got our ventilators, critical care beds, ICUs, RT-PCR kits, everything in place. And we are equipped to even deal if matters go from bad to worse. That's one. Number two, at the same time, while we are protecting lives, while the single focus of the Chief Minister is to not, the single focus of the Chief Minister is to ensure that we do not lose lives, it is at the same time important to protect the livelihoods of lakhs and lakhs of people who live in Delhi. Now, we are following a cautious approach. We are inching towards normalcy. It is not, a jump or a blanket opening up or a lifting of the lockdown. The kind of approach that the government of Delhi is following is largely conservative, but also keeps in mind the fact that economic activity also needs to start, and also the fact that, livelihoods of people are equally important.
Okay. I just want to, at the outset, understand what is the philosophy in each of the states. Mr. Ashwath Narayan, Deputy Chief Minister, Karnataka. Karnataka has gone further than most states, but it seems to have created also the fact, the fact that the center gave you these guidelines only yesterday. Has that created some confusion on the ground? Did the state governments get enough time to plan?
We are having enough time. Basically, since the guidelines we are planning to implement from tomorrow, see, we had a meeting today with regard to the guidelines issued by the Ministry of Home Affairs. And whatever has been permitted by the Ministry of Home Affairs, we are implementing. What is not been permitted, we are sticking on to the same has been issued by the MHA. And with regard to implementation, so far we are going for the complete implementation. Even the zonal regulation, with regard to the zoning, only the containment areas will not be having any activities except for the essential service supply chain maintained. And other than the containment areas, all the activities will take place just like any other zone, similar to any other zone. And there will not be any discrimination, much of discrimination or disparities. The activities will be allowed across other than the containment. And Sunday, we'll have complete lockdown. The complete lockdown will be enforced only on Sundays, excluding essential
But I want to
services.
understand, Mr. Ashwath Narayan, Karnataka allowing maximum opening, but it's coming on a day when 99 new coronavirus cases confirmed there. Is that a worry that as you open up, you leave the door open for an increased number of cases? You're also opening up salons, which many other states are not doing.
So basically, whatever activities been permitted across the countries on the similar lines, the Karnataka also we have permitted the activities. But because of the inflow of the migrants from different states who are belonging to Karnataka, many are carriers, they're carrying a lot of infection. That's the reason, because of that reason, many positive cases have increased. It really worries us, it has been a worrying factor for the state of Karnataka and for the people of Karnataka. But even then, we have got no other choice but to accept them through institutional quarantine, and which we have been doing. But today, Honorable Chief Minister took a decision. So far, whomever we have given passes, only they'll be allowed till the July 31st, particularly people belonging to the state of Maharashtra, Gujarat, Kerala, Tamil Nadu. Particularly these 4 states, we are going to have some kind of restriction. So for whoever has been permitted, they will only be allowed to come inside. Rest remaining people will take a call after 31st of May. Then only we'll be taking, because we are having already a lot of people under the institutional quarantine. We don't have any facility to receive these people.
Let me just, I get your, so you're, it is again very, in a sense you're saying you're going to restrict the flow of migrants. Let me go from there to Kakoli Ghosh Dastidar. What is the philosophy of Kolkata? Has Kolkata in a way been again very cautious? You're talking about opening up of all shops, but you're also not willing to fully open up public transport. Am I correct?
Not all shops. We're not going to open the shops within the containment zones.
Yes.
We've divided the areas into A, B, and C. That is the affected area, the area which is in isolation around the affected area, and the free areas. So in the free zones, the shops are going to open, the standalone big shops, not the malls, not the shopping complexes yet. And a call is going to be taken on that after committee meets on the 27th. Certain interstate bus service and intrastate bus services, that is particularly the government buses, are going to run with an appeal to the private buses also to maintain social
But you're not
distancing.
allowing buses in Kolkata. You're not allowing buses or taxis in Kolkata. Am I correct?
Few on the green zones, the zones that don't have any reported cases which are positive.
Right. So but there are none in Kolkata city. In Kolkata city, will you allow buses and taxis to ply?
Yes. Some areas like from Howrah, they're coming to Newtown. From Barasat, they're going to Pune. Certain areas have been earmarked.
Okay. So
and in those, 20 people will be there only. They will be using the standard techniques of sanitization of their hands and using masks, to prevent the spread of the disease or to get infected.
So therefore, what I'm getting a sense is, out of all the 4 states, Mr. Tope, Mumbai is the most cautious and conservative. It is also the state which every day is adding the maximum number of cases, sir. I want to understand from you, Mr. Tope, is Mumbai in for a prolonged lockdown? You are telling me today on the show that you are not changing lockdown 4.0 rules in comparison to 3.0. All other states have changed in some way or the other. Is that because you today are not fully in control of the situation in Mumbai?
Actually, I told you just now that for a week at least we will be observing how the situation progresses, and within a week, then if necessary, like this, whatever are at present the rules and regulations for the lockdown, like it is being continued, the lockdown of lockdown number 3, all the regulations are being continued for lockdown number 4 for at least a week. And in the mean period, we will be observing. It is not that, Rajdeep, we will be continuing this for the entire Pan Maharashtra. Pan Maharashtra, there we will be having different, we will be very liberal, I mean to say. For the green, we have opened up everything in green, orange zone also, industries are open, even the shops are open. In orange and green, we have opened everything. But in red zone, yes, we are a little bit concerned about, and in Mumbai, we will be deciding. It's not that we will be keeping it locked down until till
Sir, but without
31st.
commuter, sir, without commuter trains and BST buses starting Mumbai,
Absolutely.
you cannot revive economic activity.
Absolutely right. So for a week, Rajdeep, I am really afraid that Honorable CM is little conservative and he wants to be very cautious about opening of shops and especially the public transport and even the government officers and private offices and like rest of the cities, the concerned ministers had just told that they will be opening, but we are really not of that opinion.
So Mumbai is not of the opinion that this is the time to open up, and that's the question therefore, Raghav Chadda. The danger, of course, and in Delhi cases have risen over the last week, that while you open up and as you say you need to also sort of get a balance between lives and livelihoods, the more you open up, the more you run the risk of cases increasing. Is that a risk that Delhi today, you think, is in a position to take given its health infrastructure?
Well, first of all, Mr. Sardesai, the number that we need to look at is the mortality rate. I think if you compare the government of Delhi or the city of Delhi's mortality rate with that of the country, we are among the lowest simply because we've managed to save lives. You're right that, of course, once we fully open up and undo this entire lockdown, the number of cases may see a spike. But we as a government have built public health capacities to deal with that situation. Now, on the other hand, you have theories where, one compares the situation in Sweden with that in Britain. Britain has seen a lockdown. Sweden has not seen a lockdown. And the mortality rate in both the countries is exactly the same. And economic activity in Sweden has been going on, but the economic activity in Britain has fully stopped. So there is a body of opinion which is sharply divided. And I frankly feel that one size fits all solution cannot apply to all states. I think the only person who's best equipped to decide regarding the well-being of its state is the commander-in-chief of that state. That happens to be the chief minister. And let me say this, that there is a broad outline, a guideline that has been issued by the union government. The states have only some legroom to tweak with those guidelines and make certain changes. You know that the Disaster Management Act is in effect.
Yes.
So therefore, the center has far more powers over states.
No, for example, you could have opened up. For example, Mr. Chadda, you could have opened up barber shops like Bangalore is. Why have you chosen not to do that?
Well, then that's you see the chief minister along with his ministers and secretaries sits together, analyzes the situation, the potential of the outbreak, so on and so forth, and then comes at a conclusion as to what are the activities that should be permitted and what are the activities that should not be permitted.
Right.
So I think this is something that is best left to the chief minister. This is something that one is doing for the first time. There could perhaps be learnings in the coming days. But to hold this against a particular chief minister that he's opened up much more than he should have, or to question the conservative attitude of a particular chief minister, I personally feel is not fair. Simply because
I'm not questioning. I'm trying to get information. I'm not challenging decisions taken by chief ministers. I think people need to know.
One thing is common.
Yes.
One thing is common. The only thing that is common is that every chief minister is looking at the undoing of the lockdown in a phased manner. A gradual approach is being followed, and every chief minister is cautious, I feel. The only, I think, the big factor that has played a major role in arriving at this decision is the public health infrastructure of that state. We are confident that we've built the requisite facilities, the public health infra that we were hoping to build, and therefore we can now take some amount of risk and open up.
Okay, can I go to Bangalore again? What about the IT sector, Mr. Ashwath Narayan? Do they still work from home? Your government had urged them to work from home earlier when the lockdown began. Bangalore, the IT capital, will you encourage more and more people to go to office?
So many of the professions during this lockdown they have become comfortable working from home, and it has become a very successful model, and it's been going on. Many of the companies have been encouraging the working from home concept in many of the profession, particularly in IT. It has become a very successful model, and people have been adapting. Wherever it is required for them to go to their offices, they've been calling them. Otherwise, they're allowing their employees to work from home. And in all the fields, this particularly COVID-19 crisis has changed in the way how we have been doing things pre and post COVID has changed totally. And I think we have been, witnessing that in this direction also. Government also has been trying to change itself the way we function in all the sectors, even the government. We are trying to bring in a lot of changes. E-governance will be given a lot of emphasis and promotion, and people can transact with the government through online. And as far as possible, we are trying to minimize the people-to-people contact in all the profession. Wherever it is essential and required only, we are getting into it.
Kakoli Ghosh Dastidar, Bengal is one state which has been in a tug-of-war with the centre. Now the centre seems to be suggesting lockdown 4.0 onus on the states. Does the buck now stop with you, with the Mamata Banerjee government? Until now, whenever things have gone wrong, you blame the centre. Do you believe that the buck stops with you now?
Do you think it is prudent for the centre not to discuss with the state, take the state machinery on board before discussing and going into some kind of a decision? That is what has been happening. We've never been consulted. Even take for instance, now there is the storm coming, which is supposed to be extremely severe kind of cyclonic storm. But we were not taken on board, and only the resident commissioner was called. So this is where the point comes in of our chief ministry, the Honorable Mamata Banerjee. She, was only requesting that let us discuss, work together towards betterment of the people to contain this COVID-19.
So do you believe that the centre should have spoken to Bengal much earlier about lockdown 4.0 to all the states? The Home Ministry only gave the guidelines yesterday. Cabinet Secretary spoke to Chief Secretaries last night at 9 p.m. Do you believe more time should have been given? This should be a collective exercise.
Of course. And not only the lockdown 4. Right from the beginning, we should have been taken on board, and decisions would have been joint.
Okay.
So that we could have shared ideas, and the migrant issue could have been solved much better had they got some time to go home before the lockdown started, and the states would have been prepared. The preparedness of none of the states was optimum.
Can I therefore ask Rajesh Tope a final word? Rajesh Tope, you are from the state, as I said, which is now the city where it appears that this lockdown is going to extend for a much longer period. How long do you see Mumbai being in a position to cope with the rising number of cases? You're the health minister. Is the health infrastructure, Delhi, Raghav Chadda says health infrastructure is in place to handle rising cases. Is Mumbai's health infrastructure ready to handle the rising number of cases?
Yeah, Rajdeep, at present, if we consider there are 3 categories of hospitals, CCC, that is the COVID care centers, that we are having ample beds, for all the asymptomatic patients. I mean to say those are 80% in numbers, 80%. So in that, at present we are having 60,000 beds available, 60,000. So this is the potential in which occupied are less than 25,000. So
doing enough testing?
Ample beds are available in CCC, but DCHC and DCH, yes, there is a challenge in these categories. ICU beds is a real challenge for Mumbai, because ICU beds are at present, it is hand to mouth.
Right.
And so we are ramping up the capacities of ICU beds, and so only is the reason why we are extending for a week. Okay. So within a week, we will be there are 2 new notifications which we are issuing immediately. One is the private hospitals. All the private hospitals, out of that, all the private hospitals, 80% of the beds, we are allowing it for COVID and non-COVID activities,
right,
and with a fairly reasonable rates, which will be decided by the government. And that is one point by virtue of which we will be getting ample beds. And second point is, Honorable CM and our cabinet has really taken a great initiative of increasing the number of beds. Like on the round itself, we have increased more than 4,000 to 5,000 beds, and there is oxygen being provided at the bed, at the head side of the bed, every bed. Okay. So DCHC and DCH, this category we are ramping up, which will come up within a week or so. So 2,000 additional ICU facilities.
So you're saying Mumbai has to wait for another week before there is any relaxation. Delhi is saying that they want to open up gradually, and the entire philosophy is to open up. With Bangalore, it's a case of, again, a graded opening up. Kolkata being cautious and waiting to see over the next few days how things materialize. We've got a sense of how the four big cities are therefore treating lockdown 4.0. I appreciate all four of you joining me here at the top of the news. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.